Hello my friends. In this modeling project I am building a combination of the model kit of the anti-tank Gun PAK35/36 in scale 1 to 35 from Tamiya with a diorama of a World War II bomb chapel. The box includes the manual, some other papers too, and the parts, sprue. Of course the figures are part of the kit. A simple model kit that can easily be made in just 5 steps. Cutting the gun parts first, and then we'll sandpaper to smooth them out. Smoothing out the gun parts with the hobby knife and sandpaper. When needed, using the hobby knife carefully in the opposite direction to avoid cutting or damaging the parts. Gluing and leaving things to dry whenever is needed. The shield is next. Onto the trail legs. the rest of the gun parts. The gun is ready, and as you can see, it has some movable parts. Let's repeat the process for the figures. Cutting the parts first, and then we'll sandpaper to smooth them out. Smoothing out the parts with the hobby knife and sandpaper or rasp. When needed, using the hobby knife carefully in the opposite direction to avoid cutting or damaging the parts. Gluing and leaving things to dry whenever is needed. Gun and soldiers are assembled and ready to be painted. Great primer. German field gray mixed with a little bit of Panzer dark gray and airbrushing. After it is dry, rubber and tires painting the tires. With the same color mix with little bit of white, chipping. rust texture and keep on chipping. Black washing. German field gray airbrushing. I have painted the soldiers off camera. You see, painting figures isn't my forte. Oh well. Click on the top right corner for my other figures videos. I will use the styrofoam of 30 by 20 by 2 centimeters as the basis of my diorama. We'll cover the styrofoam with a mold of soil that I will make. Coarse sterilized sand, coarse sawdust, fine sawdust, brown color, PVA glue, water and mixing, adding water if and when needed. The soil is ready. Spreading. Letting it dry. I have prepared these two pieces of 20 by 10.5 by 1.2 centimeters and two of 20 by 12 by 1.2 centimeters. These blue styrofoams will be the walls of the chapel. Drawing some approximate guidelines that will help me cut and draw stuff as needed. Marking and drawing the bricks about 1.5 by 0.5 centimeters. We'll repeat the same process at the back side, off camera. Both sides are done. We'll repeat the process for the rest off camera. With or without the ruler, I am engraving the bricks with my hobby knife. Engraving lightly on top of the lines. After both sides are done, engraving once more but with a pen this time in order to widen the gaps between the bricks. When both sides are done, rolling this tin foil ball in order to give a texture to the bricks. Flat bricks versus textured ones. Cutting with the foam cutter. Off camera I have designed bricks on the sides as well. Cutting some parts off the wall to enhance the illusion of war-torn. Bullet holes with this sculpting tool. We'll repeat the same on the other side off camera. Off camera, I have done the rest. Chapel sides, front and back. On the back side I made this arc that will be filled with ready filler. Black painting diluted with lots of water. We'll paint the rest off camera and we'll let them dry well because I used lots of water to dilute the black paint. Dark red painting and we'll let them dry. Ready filler. Sculpting tool and engraving cracks for the war-torn look that I am going for. While the walls are drying, cutting this balsa wood in stripes of 4 mm that I will use to create the roof. The stripes are ready. Let's create the roof tiles with this blue styrofoam and my foam cutter. Keep in mind that I am not going for accuracy. Besides, most of those are war-torn. metal brush and brushing for a rougher tiles texture. Cutting stripes as thin as possible and metal brushing each and every stripe. If a piece is useless, just cut and throw it away. They are ready. Marking and cutting the stripes at 10 centimeters. I am keeping these separated. Masking tape and supergluing the stripes. The frames are ready and I made a broken one as well. PVA gluing the tiles. Again, don't mind the accuracy. It is an old war-torn chapel. I made the rest tiles off camera. Same dark red painting, but without the black it will look brighter, which is fine. While tiles are drying, gray painting this part of the wall. Black washing. Brown washing. PVA gluing the walls and using pin needles if and when needed for better adherence. PVA gluing the walls on the basis that I covered with soil earlier on. Same soil that I used earlier on to cover the gaps between walls and ground. letting it dry. Marking and cutting this blue styrofoam at 11.5 centimeters. I will create the part that's left from the chapel's wooden floor. Marking and engraving at 0.5 centimeters. Engraving with the hobby knife and pen just like earlier on. Once again, metal brush for texturing. Toothpick and gently but randomly engraving some wood lines. I added some iron nails holes. In some parts, damaging the woods with the cutter and hobby knife for that old war-torn illusion. Cocky brown painting diluted with lots of water. These two pieces broke, but I will fix them. Black washing. PVA gluing the wooden floor and its broken pieces. I will place this bottle here to keep the pressure for better adherence. Off camera, made few damaged pillars. PVA gluing. Here I will not place a pillar because I will place the anti-tank gun and the soldiers. PVA gluing autumn's withered wheat and greens here and there. Repeating the same process with some dry herbs and plants. This is the Relang complete form that I gathered from my backyard. PVA gluing. Same soil on the anti-tank gun's tires and other parts. Placing the gun. Some more mud on the anti-tank's parts. Using PVA glue we'll place around the chapel some bricks. Change of plans. We'll paint the roof tiles gray, but first black painting diluted with lots of water. It is almost like a black wash. Black washing. Placing the soldiers using PVA glue, the gunner, the ammo loader, the commander, the supplier, I attached a couple weapons off camera, adding some ammunition here and there. Little bit of mud here and there for added detail. Gray dry washing. Completed off camera. Now, white dry washing, highlights. PVA gluing the roof parts and using pin needles if and when needed for better adherence. So far, so good. This part here does not look good. I must break it in multiple pieces. Breaking, and then we'll repaint the pieces wherever is needed. A few tiles with PVA glue here and there. PVA gluing few roof pieces here and there, and using pin needles if and when needed for better adherence. Off camera with modeling clay, I made the chapel's bell, painted it gold and black washed it. This toothpick I painted metallic gray. Attaching them on the wall. Super gluing this twine that I already had painted black. It is going to be the bell's rope. Hopefully you like the project and you will enjoy the presentation. the like, subscribe and notifications bell buttons. This way, together, we can grow a community around the exciting art of scale modeling. Stay tuned for more scale modeling videos. Thanks for watching.